New images from NASA's historic mission to the moon. Take a look. These are the first pictures we've seen of the lunar lander there on the moon, the first U.S. spacecraft to make that soft landing on the surface in more than 50 years. But NASA's mission is also hitting a bit of a snag. The lander actually hit a rock during landing and tipped over on its side. Eric Ingram founded Scout Space, a startup that provides in-space observation and data services that support spacecraft. He knows very well what this snag could mean for the overall mission. Eric, it's great to see you. This seems to be pretty problematic for the lander. So what do you think NASA's next move should be here?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Since the lander landed on its side, the solar panels it uses to charge its batteries and the antennas it uses to communicate with Earth are not necessarily facing the direction they intended. So that combined with the orientation of the different science experiments on board the lander mean they're really limited in a lot of the operations they can do. So they're focusing heavily on trying to get as much data from it as possible and as much science out of it as possible as quick as they can. And I think they're looking to conclude the mission slightly earlier than anticipated, just due to the issues with tipping over. But all in all, I mean, it's still a pretty exciting accomplishment.
Oh, it sure is. And let's talk about that science and exactly what they're trying to get here, the data that the lander's collecting. Talk to us about that and how it's going to impact just the transmission of all that data back to NASA scientists and what that means, what it could tell us, what it could tell scientists.
Yeah, the South Pole in the region where the lander landed is really critical for the future of the human spaceflight to the moon that is occurring later this year via the Artemis program. The South Pole is a place where there's a collection of water, ice, and a lot of useful materials for humanity to put down a base there. And so a lot of the research on board this and other landers, part of this program, are really to further understand and characterize that area of the moon. There's different kinds of sensors on board, different imagers and radio systems, along with different means of computing data and really trying to take in as much of the surroundings as possible. I know that one of the experiments, which was supposed to launch from the lander as it was landing to take images of it during the landing, was unable to do so. So they're trying to figure out what they can utilize that for from here, again, to maximize the utility of everything on board. So it's really to be seen how much of the science and answers they're looking for get down and what data makes it. But anything's better than nothing for sure. And they're definitely getting probably what I assume is a lot of data.
Isn't that the truth? Well, I'm going to brag for a minute and tell you a very good friend of mine is commanding that Artemis mission. And matter of fact, I would have loved to have had him on with you to talk about what happened here with the lander, but he's out in the middle of nowhere doing training for a couple weeks. So I know he's excited about what they accomplished this past week as well. Eric Ingram, thank you so much.
Yeah, we all are in the industry.
Oh, yes, very much so. Great to see you, Eric. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.